made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Okay, but don't kill them. We still need witnesses. What, are you saying he was in the storeroom with Gina, but he came out and then he dealt with you and then he went back into Gina? Hi, welcome back to The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Right now, it's been months since I last played this, so I need to remember where I stopped, and also that we must get through this. I'm very sure we were quite stuck here according to the last episode, so I'm going to start back from the start. We need to move on from here. Okay, so let's see. Alright, we did knock a few things over. I think we're supposed to find some sort of contradictory stuff here. So let me just give a quick press for each one so that I remember what's going on. I'll skip if nothing's happening. I thought... Was he not killed with his own gun? There was only one gun found, right? Am I wrong? Hang on. Where's the guns? Oh, there were two guns. Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, so gun belonging to the victim that Gina was found holding. There are signs of a single discharge. A firearm found in the possession of the skulking brothers. Okay, so this is their gun. Single round fight. Single. So, right now, the problem is, what gun was she holding on to? Because there's only one gun. Before, after. Oh! You see that? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Do you see that? See that? What's this? What's the back? Sensational story. Ministry Mall. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas. For a 10-year-old. It's about secret communication between Great Britain and their allies. They're being intercepted by hostile nations. How would somebody be doing that? No. Lord Strongheart. Okay, is that it? I mean, there's a lot of things going in my head, but I don't know how to project it. I don't know how to present it. Instant death from a posterior anterior bullet wound to the heart. Bullet entered the body from the back. Wait, it doesn't make sense because he was pointing a gun at her. Then when he was pointing, but then why would she have a gun? That's the only other gun left because the other gun is with the guys. Here, the skulking brothers. So it should be this gun that she's holding. Why would she be holding the gun? They were there. Did they not hear the gun being taken from him? Oh God, somebody help me. How does this make sense to anyone? How does this make sense to anyone? How does this make sense to anyone? How? I can't press. See here. Okay, I need you all to be with me right now. Bloke what owned the place was holding a gun. So he should have just fired instead of yelling at the gun, at the girl to give over the gun. Does it make sense to you? Bloke what owned the place was holding a gun. Should have fired instead of yelling, "Give me the gun!" while he was holding a gun. Okay, so... Okay, it's been over 40 minutes. I had to check the spoiler-free walkthrough. If not, we wouldn't get things moving. My brain is just not getting what is needed. I get the concept. I just don't know where to present. So I checked spoiler-free walkthrough. Can I see the third statement? Okay, so the third statement says the bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling. Yeah, so I had a problem with this. Like, they both have guns. So right now it's saying present crime scene photograph. Did I not present? Oh, it's different. Didn't I present this? Didn't I say that? I think in the last episode, I'm pretty sure I said that they were facing each other. How did she shoot him from the back? Did I not present this? Did I present this on the wrong statement? Is that what it is? I would have to check back. Pretty sure I presented. I'm pretty sure I presented something like this. No?
Objection!
Wow. Wow. Yes, that's my point. That's my whole point. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description. You what? Gordon Bennett, that ain't right. There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windibank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as a murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hands. Yeah, that Mortula used the victim's own gun to finish him off, but you said he was pointing a gun at her. They were pointing guns at each other. And why would he say that when he has a gun?
Hold it!
Is that exactly where you are right there? Eh? If the crime had taken place as you've so colourfully described in your testimony, he sure would have shot him from the front, not the back. It would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Yes. Goodness, are you sure, counsel? Were you not paying attention? Were you not paying attention? You intrigued me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's autopsy? Where's my autopsy? Where's my autopsy? Where's my autopsy? Autopsy, please. Yeah? Page 2, right? Single bullet wound in the upper half of victim's back. You take that.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot. Indeed, with the two events that happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. Yes. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Yeah. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. Skulkin. Yeah, thanks a lot. But it's the God's honest truth. It is, Nash, it is. When we was shot that night, the shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw it with our own bleeding eyes. I thought you said you couldn't see anything. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun. I mean, technically they said they were waving guns at each other. So, yeah. Something like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Yeah. Nash, yeah. Thanks for nothing. This was honestly, I don't know, it was just a lot of time consuming. It's just a lot of time. It's just time consuming. Witnesses, explain yourself at once. I knew there were so many contradictions, but I couldn't figure out where to present it. Well, the thing is, it wasn't supposed to. What? It was assumed that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. What? I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Okay, but don't kill them. We still need witnesses. Am I to understand that you replace the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? I'm ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, cut it out, Dinesh, cut it out. You will blame now. You know what you'll do to us. He? Who are they talking about? Him, probably. Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you. Bruv, come on. The game's up. But he'll have our guts for gutters. In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. Undenied in question, it is now apparent that you, brothers, met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Do we have to? Yes, on pain of death. I suggest you make yourself fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff, and Eve a sigh of relief when the Jesus showed his mug. Give me that gun, Eve looked. And then it flew at us like it was possessed. So he saw you first. Where was Gina then? For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as his nose. He chucked me over the counter. I put me gun on him and then he legged it through that door into the back room. Okay, but where was Gina? We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's what happened, I swear. Right, but where was Gina? So now you're telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you were in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop. It doesn't make sense. What, are you saying he was in the storeroom with Gina, but he came out and then he dealt with you and then he went back into Gina? Well, yeah, sorry. Well, we find ourselves in an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest governor, this time, Nash, this time we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Is it now? Encounter with the victim, okay? Alright, so we just got inside the gap and if it's sigh of relief when the Jesus showed its mark. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew with us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it. Why no, Jesus? The bloke was strong as an ox. Whoa, wait, this is what I read. So do I press? Okay, hang on. That's all these brothers are willing to reveal this time, is it? They're still hiding something, don't you think? Yes, I'm sure of it, and not just a minor detail either. It was almost certainly because of this tube that proves him well. You can't let them get away with it, Reno. I know, but I get a feeling that there's even less evidence at my disposal this time. Okay, we've come so far. I'll do my best. So, okay, we'll press.
Hold it!
When you say Jesus, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Winterbank? Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right. We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gap, obviously. Well, we never thought no one was gonna come out the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom? Yeah, that must be where you... popped up from. Only place could have been. So it would seem that the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Which means Ginny must have been there at the point as well. But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windybank into the storeroom with at gunpoint, then why? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time? What, that mole tool? Couldn't tell ya. No way, Kobo. I had bigger fish to fry then. I'm the old G's who just lost it. So, do you think he knocked her out? Did he knock her out? Did Mr. Windybank knock her out?
Hold it!
But he doesn't seem like the type that will knock her out. You mentioned that Mr. Windybank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he? Yeah. Well, yeah. Was the victim Mr. Windybank wielding a gun at the time? Whatever. Blimey, oh me. A great ugly barrel yet pointed straight at me from his face. So what you're saying is you definitely saw Mr. Windybank with the gun at that time. Is that right? He's got video spot on. Then all of a sudden, he came at us idiot. Was bleed bit limb. Didn't know who was going for who. We're clearly all going for each other. Like Nash said, we thought we'd had it. I mean...
Hold it!
Good for him. Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too. Yeah, of course we did. We knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some scarlet knot. Then got tangled in some marionette, knocked over the picture frame, knocked them skills on the floor. Well, they put it back pretty accurately though. Very accurately. Except for the broken lamp, of course. So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter. Well, Big Birthday went flying over that counter like a gunshot, I can tell ya. Dang, the old G's up in team. He did, Nash, he did. If he hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a blooming pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbroker. There is a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't we? Poor Mr. Windybank, he did everything he could to protect his job. I put my gun on him.
Hold it!
But you didn't, you... hang on. Are you talking about Sholmes now? Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windybank? No, never. I was just, you know... looking out for Big Breath when he was being threatened, don't forget. But you shot Sholmes. And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Yeah, this said he shot me away and then ran off through the door and shut himself in. There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Windybank ran away into the sun. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Yeah? Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windybank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windybank's hands? So he knocked her out? I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be insignificant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, the point is, me and me both here. That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and me both here. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear. So are we looking at the last statement then? Okay, so 3, 4, 5. Never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened. But yeah, this is bothering me. Wait, did I press this one?
Hold it!
Nothing at all. Nothing there. Locked it was from the inside, okay. We know it because we tried to open it. Why would you try to open it? It doesn't make sense. You know he ran in there, he locked it, and you tried to open it. Huh? So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. No, wait. Wait. Yeah. No. Wait, no. I don't think it makes sense. It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? I say BS. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Winner? Yeah. Oh, can I save? I can't save it now. Sure. Why not? Mr. and Mr. Skulking. Hey, what? What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night. Like, I'm not sure they're the ones who did it, but it's a bit off because you know he went in there. You were trying to scare him. You say you were not trying to shoot him. You were trying to scare him, wasn't it? And yet you tried to go in through the door after him, even though he ran inside that door. Does it make sense to you? It did. What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windybank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all. You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. Sure. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Okay. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? You can shoot him through the peephole. No? Wait. Maybe not. It was shot from diagonally. It was shot from down to up. And it was locked from inside. Okay, that's a problem. You must now provide answers to the court in respect of 2 conundrums. 2, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe? Optimistic. Indeed, namely. From what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time? So he was not in there. I'm confused. Are you alright, Runa? I'm not entirely sure, but there is one thing I'm sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. Okay. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions. Right. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where the person could have fired the gun. Okay, you see here, he's locked inside there with Gina. But we do not want to point it at Gina, right? We'll go with it. If you believe someone else could have... where the person could have fired the gun. Okay. You know what? We'll just go with that he threw him over the counter. If he threw him over the counter, if you threw him over the counter, where was he? Was he here? Was the struggle here? Then he threw him over the counter. But that doesn't make sense. Then you say he ran inside here, right? I think he was shot from here.
Take that!
Fans believes that the culprit would have shot the victim from this location here. Uh-oh. And in answer to the second question. Oh, they're not going to tell me if I'm right or wrong yet. Where was the victim at that time? Here? On the other side? No?
Take that!
Is that right? Is that wrong? Culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. Uh-oh. Continue. But the diagonal. Oh. What do I do about the diagonal part of it? Uh-oh. From bottom to top. Mr. Windybank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Look at the stain. Yeah. How would... Oh. It's a slanted trajectory, you know. We might have a problem. Okay, never mind, we'll go with it. Tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter where the fatal bullet was fired? So you're a demon that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulking Brothers' earlier testimony... I need Susanto, please. I need Susie, please. Put me gun on him, then electrocute me. Yeah. If Mr. Windybank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time, yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he shot her. Yeah, but it doesn't explain the locked door though, but we'll get to it, I guess. It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Okay, sure, but we have another problem. He's gonna point it out. Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Yeah, so the Skulking brother is shot her. The older brother. Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Of course, he would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. Okay. So the culprit is... isn't necessarily someone shorter than Windybank. Yeah, I know he was going to interrupt because we have to explain that locked room misery. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from inside. Yeah. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock? No, so maybe... Okay, maybe Gina saw him being shot. And Gina closed the door and locked it. But I don't know how she got knocked out. But... what if someone else locked the door? Yeah. Okay. Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from the outside the room. Okay, so yeah, Gina. Very sure. How do I present?
Take that!
Yeah. Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Janelle Street.
Objection!
Why? That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered this still room. She was trying to protect herself. Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? Why didn't she tell us this? Ah, yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it? No? But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It always goes without saying, doesn't it? It does, yeah. Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, there's a murderer outside. Those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they? Oh yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? That sounds brave. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yeah. He deemed her as trustworthy enough. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Yeah. Hit in the back by a bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done at that moment? I see where you're going with this. Yep. Inside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as the thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. Yeah. In order to save her own life. Yeah. I feel like something is still missing. But I mean, we ain't the ones who did it. We ain't Gov. We never shoot no one. You shot Sholmes. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Yeah. There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. Please break down, thank you. I need you to break down. Not enough. It's not enough. But I don't know whether they are really the murderers though. There's something is still missing. Why is she knocked out? Somebody must tell me. He's gonna point it out. Oh no. That was amazing, you know. No. No. I know, first time ever and probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll... No, they have to give everything. Oh no, we are gonna get interrupted. Oh, yeah, I knew it. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? We forgot that she's knocked out. She's knocked out. You find the situation amusing, Lord Fenzix. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. No, it's so flawed. It's so flawed. Please. I dare say. Such chicanery is bread and butter of the street performance in your provincial Western nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. What? The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly, credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, there's no proof. It contains a fatal flaw. A fatal flaw? Yeah, because she... one, she's knocked out. Second, she's holding the gun. Why would she implicate herself? Is that it? Is that what you're pointing at? I say, Lord Fenzix, might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground. The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Okay. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. But George, count bullets? Oh dear. You noticed that? You noticed it too, didn't you? Huh, what's everyone talking about? Counsel. Yes, sir. Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime. 1. 2. But 1 was for Sholmes? No, wait. Wait. 1, right? 2? 2? Wait, 2? The first that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. Okay, the one in him, right? Second is the one in the calendar. Yeah, okay, but would you count that as the scene of the crime? It's still inside. It was still inside him, right? Do you count that? Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. Oh wait. No, it grazed Sholmes. It wasn't in him. Sorry, it's been a month. The Lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim and the Scorpion Brothers' revolver, yeah? The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. Yeah, we already know that. Then after that they shot Sholmes. A single bullet from each? Yeah, what's the contradiction there? Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh. Oh, I forgot about that. They have their own gun. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. I think you'll find that if the single bullet that was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes remains. This window being not shot by the same gun. Stop only 1 bullet, stop. Wow, I forgot all about that. Yes, this Nipponi street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. That was a very long sentence. Okay, I getcha. Okay. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery. I do hope that you clean all this up, all your mess. You don't depend on others to clean up the mess that you made by yourself. Not Van Zix. But this court needs to open its eyes. I mean, okay, that's a good point. The accused Mrs. Gina Lestrade is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile. Uh-oh. No, uh-oh. Don't you dare. The person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. Pickpocketing, not murder. Truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with some loathsome intent. It wasn't a loathsome. She pointed the gun, but she was trying to help Iris. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession 1 more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. Why didn't I present this earlier? That is... Was this presented? Was this in my court records? I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilder's down to the yard. Thank you very much. No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilder has to be taken in as evidence now. Yes, that music box disc. Mr. McGilder's music box disc. The very day before the hurtful murder of Sweeney Bang. The accused attempt to make off with this article which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on the account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stop if pushed. No crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence counsel as a grim testimony. What? What? I wasn't expecting that. Lord Vengex, I am. Inspector Gregson, what? Yes, Inspector? We had a meeting yesterday at our yard with the prosecution service and I think it was agreed that the deeds wouldn't be used as evidence. Why not? Why not? What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zix at all. I'm unaware of any such meeting. What? But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Excuse me? Inspector, I am the prosecutor. And I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted, thank you. You might get in trouble, Lord Benzix. But he is fair in that way, right? The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this as evidence, my lord. Indeed, bailiff. I need to see that. Prosecution has established the court accused motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. You wait. I want to see something. Okay, I don't know what this means for us. Format gilded, okay. I think there were 2 discs or something, wasn't it? 2, right? There were 2, right? Or am I mistaken? There's a man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Reno? Yes, and he's dead. Already mistakenly defended. I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this disc. That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself. Oh, was it Iris? One moment. This blood. Can we spray and find out whose blood this is? This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before. It's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that dish, you know. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? In a flash. I'm guessing it's green? I don't remember who's green though. Wait, no. It can't be green. It's green. Who's green? Wait. Who's green? Wasn't that Sholmes? Like, I had a feeling it might turn out green, but I have no logical reason to why. Is that Sholmes? Eh? What? Okay, wait. Right? Wait, that color, right? That's Sholmes, isn't it? What is it? Excuse me? It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Yeah. You wait. Where's the blood portfolio? Where's the blood portfolio? Excuse me. Tri-stripe mason purple. Oh, wait, we never confirmed it. We thought it was Sholmes. Is it not Sholmes? Huh? We thought it was Sholmes, but is it not Sholmes? Because it was short. There's nothing more to add. Uh-huh. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. Please don't. I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once and for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear, It wasn't even for 5 minutes, you know? It was like for 40 minutes. I don't know. My lord. I bet it's me. I wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed, Mr. Foreman. Been stumbling about in a bit of a fog up to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden. Sounds just wholly obvious to me and my man. There's only one thing for it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Please. Very well, the court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability in the next episode. So, I think we are moving on to the next stage of the trial in the next episode. I think things are getting more heated up. We need to find out whose blood it is. It might not be Shom's after all. It's green. We thought it was Shom's, so it might not be Shom's. We will find out in the next episode. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.